Yeah, welcome everyone. I'm Christoph Cemper, founder of Link Research Tools, creator of Link Detox, and this is Link Detox Smart Onboarding and Q&A. Today I'm going to show you Link Detox Smart and all its powerful features, link issues, redirect traces, and all the news that we have in this new product. All of the new users got access to the new product already and have been working with it for a week or longer. So this is exciting for us because not only does it work, but we got a lot of great feedback and of course a lot of suggestions and questions. So first, let me thank all of you who have been waiting out there for us. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for the time you take to give me and my team feedback. It's valuable. Everything that we have in a Facebook group, for example, is being read also by colleagues. Especially then some of those I take out and also post to our internal Slack channels for developers and discuss them and try to bring things to you as fast as possible. But keep in mind, this is a new product, a new system. Link Research Tools is in a new era, the smart era, and we build everything from the ground up. A whole new database layer, a whole new application layer, a whole new front-end layer, and a new design. So of course, it's still link research tools. It's still links and SEO, but that's, what we stand for, what we do. But we solve a lot of issues from the past now with the finger snip that were an issue. So for example, we remind people that they need to boost their links. We didn't have that before, so people forgot about it, for example. I'll show you a lot more examples. Hey, Rasmus, great to have you here. I saw you came in just an hour ago or so, and your account is being prepared. Welcome, our new customer, Rasmus. Well, actually not new, but new in the smart one. Okay. Martin, greetings from sunny Vienna. Good to see you too. And chat is working, Q&A is working. Let's see if the poll is working. Did you guys have some fun today already? You should see a question that you can answer whether yes or no. Oh no, 2 of you said no? Okay, I should have a really smart answer to that. Actually, I don't. Well, maybe you can laugh about me in the webinar at least then. So, with you guys here, this is actually, some of you need to laugh a little bit more. I'll try my best and say something weird. I don't know if that is funny or gets you to tears. Anyways, Hector, great to have you here. Marcus, I see you. That's amazing. How is the account coming? I think what you will learn today will excite you. And of course, I'm sure you want to use more of the product then. That's my goal, to sell you on something that you already have. No, to show you what we can do. And of course, as you can tell, I'm quite excited about many of these things. So let me show you, I'm working here actually on the current test system. I have a production system as well. I can switch back and forth between those two, depending on what I want to see or show. But the current production system has more issues reported even for our own domain. Well, okay, this is Link Research Tools as a demo, and I removed a lot of disavows. So this is why a lot of stuff shows up here. So when you guys start a report and Link Detox Smart, it looks like this in the result. You get a notification about virus or malware links, spam patterns, the globe. Everyone knows the globe. And so what happens is, of course, you can look through all these 4,700 something spam links. But what you really want to do is you want to disavow them. And this is what happens with Fix. You disavow all of them, and then they're gone, right? Well, no. They're actually not. If you're like me and you look at your domain on a regular basis, you know There's always new spam from the globe. So let me show you what happens when we have a one of those buttons clicked. Spam from the globe. This is one spam pattern. We disavow everything on the domain level, and it now applies the action. And after that, this issue, spam from the globe, will disappear from these actions, from these issues that you have, because the issue is gone today. I guarantee you, however, if you start the same thing, if you look at the same domain tomorrow after a recrawl, you'll have new ones. It's a never-ending story. They just keep creating scraper spam and create spam scraper links to your domain. And if you want to clean up your domain to, disavow stuff like that, to help improve the trust that Google has into your backlink profile, as Google confirmed, well, then you need to keep up with stuff. And you see, it's still there. But when we refresh, oh, wow. It just went down 262. So either the thing didn't finish, or we have a bug, or we just got 262 new ones. But I think you get the point. This is how it works. And even when you open the other one where we had 4,700 before and reload, only the 262 will be shown. Of course, they are still there. And some users said, oh, the links are gone, but they're really not, because here in this filter on top, they are excluded from the current view. So for example, when I remove this disavow filter criteria, you can do this here with an X, or you can open the filter and read it out loud. If the from URL is this, and the title contains this, and the disavow is not one of the disavow ones, let's remove this one here and apply. Then we'll see the 4,000 something again. Here we go, right? And this is how it works in general. Now imagine this specific issue has shown you a lot of links that you should disavow, but because you've done your review, let's say you click on the review button here, you could say that one of those is actually, let's say, they even all look the same, but let's say this search web US thing here. All right, let's look at that page just to be sure that it's really a good one. Okay, just for the sake of this demo, this is not a good page, but I'm gonna save this URL here in my copy paste buffer in my clipboard. And I give this a thumbs up. Now imagine you did the review, you say, this is a great link. Whatever you say, link Detox, I want to keep this link. Then on reload, this one will not be shown here again. Why? Because the rating criteria here says, and the rating is not one of the good links. And because I just said before, this is one of the good links, just change this filter. We see it here again. And of course, it's trash. We need to disavow on a root domain level and give it a thumbs down. By the way, when we disavow on the root domain level and have a thumbs up, that's an inconsistency. So in the future, when we click root domain disavow, it will switch to a thumbs down automatically and be grayed out, right? There's no reason, unless you have one, tell me really, really quick, there's no reason to let you train our system that it's a good link, but still disavow it on a root domain disavow. That's just, no, doesn't happen. But if you yeah, like, sorry, you lost me because I've started reading here in the chat. When you find a reason that a root domain disavow actually is possible if you have a thumbs up, then let me know. I think it would make sense to allow the question mark. So to save all the question marks, once you give it a question mark, it will show up here again as, wait, it should show up here again, sorry, as a link that is in question. Hey. Wait. There's something wrong. Okay, let's get rid of the filters first. Reset the filter. And if we say the rating is one of not sure, then we see the not sure issue, right? That we just, the not sure link, we just click this. And there should be here in the domain overview also an issue showing that you have some links that you're not sure about. And I think that's gone. Hey, we just found a bug. Awesome. I mean, it's not awesome, but you know, this is how it is. If you have a new, if you have a new product and you change a lot of stuff, and we do change a lot of stuff every day, we roll out new features or improvements or changes or bug fixes, then things like that happen. The way it should be is, if you're not sure, then you should also get a notification here in the overview. Or you know, you can always use the filters. And I think we need to create a whole set of training material just for the filters. There's so much stuff you can do with it. So for example, something that not a lot of users know is, you know, there's a first seen crawl date. Everyone has a first seen crawl date, right? I mean, all these linked databases like Majestic, Atrace, they also have always have a first seen. But we have a first published estimated date. And what first published estimated is where we look at the page and estimate when that page was probably written and published. So if it's about a conference in 2007, and we saw it in 2017, the first seen date could be 2017. But what does that say? It means nothing, actually. It's a technical indicator when our crawlers saw it the first time, and you couldn't care less about that. But the first published date is what you really want to know. You want to know how long has this page been around. Yeah, just an example. Also, what we just released a couple days ago, last week, to users is, wait, I'm on the wrong system here. App. Is that you see the disavow, sorry, the detox risk that you have and the previous detox risk. Right? This needs a new crawl, however. Redirect chains URL. Oh. Okay, now you got me. I'm gonna rerun. Wait, this is app. This is test, sorry. Okay, Allianz. Those in the German markets know it's an insurance company. And they have lots of problems. They have tons of problems. Their SEO person is a 20-hour person. So they simply don't have enough budget allocated, a people budget, so to say. And yeah, when you look at that, you should see, yeah, detox risk and original detox risk. And here you can see, wait, just let me move that forward. Link velocity trends, the original detox risk. And I think it was Nigel. Thank you, Nigel, if you're watching right now. I haven't checked who suggested this. Then we have a detox risk and an original detox risk next to each other, which of course looks all the same because we don't have any disavows in here. But if you have something disavowed here on a domain level and recalculated, the detox risk will go down. It will go to 0. And then you will not know anymore which of those links were actually really, really spammy and which ones you might consider to undisavow. In the past, we had a special mode just for that. Wait, people are messaging me on Facebook here. I'm not sure if I want to answer them now in the webinar. I guess not. Yeah. So you see this, and when we look at that, recalculate the detox risk. After that, we'll have two different. We have the detox risk after recalculation that really applies or will apply based on the disavow file, and you'll still see the original detox risk. Okay, so I think now it's time for a couple questions here. Is Rasmus, can't you just disavow on a domain level rather than an individual link level? Then you do not need to revisit that domain, I guess. I fully agree, Rasmus. Of course. Oh, wait, to all panelists, I'm sorry. Rasmus, I am reposting this question to all panelists and attendees, so you can read it. So the question again is, can't you just disavow on a domain level rather than an individual link level? And that's absolutely possible. Let me open the menu. This is something we didn't have before in Link Research Tools. It's also in the Smart. It's actually something that was missing for years. You just click here and you see all the referring domains. And of course, then check out the domains. And if there is something like trafficshopping.com, let me show you the homepage. You will see immediately that this is not good. In our real disavow, this is disavowed on a root domain level. And that means all the links will, of course, be disavowed automatically to this root domain. But the review, doing a review is helpful, Rasmus, because, I mean, you can still say, I'm going to get rid of the whole domain. But there's a lot of people who say, I only need to look at a homepage. I only need to see one page. And that's absolutely not wrong. That's absolutely not right. In SEMrush and in Ahrefs, there is even a button or a click where you can say, only show me one link. But what's one link? If you have hundreds of links, then you could have one or two great ones and 99 shitty ones. That's not good. So if you want to do a review, you want to actually see more links. And by default, we show 5 here, which is still not, a lot to review, but at least we give you some links per domain. And when you then look at, wait, let me show you. When you look at some of those domains that are here, really, really big, like Scoop IT, we show you these 5 here to review. And if you look at these links and you say, okay, all of these links are trash, I might disavow the whole domain, then you see, it automatically populates for all of them, right? So you don't have to say domain disavow on every single link level. The links, it's the other way around. The links help you disavow on a domain level, right? Help your review. Okay, so here's another question from Maike in German, also only going to the panelists. I'm reposting this. What happens if a website is currently on a 500 error and I want to recheck it later? So if you have any kind of network errors, let me show you. We do have a rule for that. It says toxic links with unavailable status. You click on this one here. When you see the pattern, we got a very specific 1 of 503 unavailable, detox risk greater than 1,000, disavow, not disavowed yet, and rating, not disavowed, no, not rated yet. Okay. And I think, Michael, what you want to know is not the really bad ones, but you want to see all those that are okay from the risk. You just say less than, for instance, 500, or maybe you say it's just one of the low and very low risk ones. You want to see those. Here we go. Actually, 3,000 of my links have currently had a 503 service unavailable error, and some of them are disavowed. I'm not sure if I want to disavow. I mean, okay, that does look like a scraper from the first view here. Let's look on the details. They linked me with a brand keyword. Quite negative link velocity trend. Let's see if we can fetch it now. Because 500 errors are usually then site can be reached where they are blocked in on the network level or the web server level. And for those guys that are really, experts in the field, that are technicians, network geeks, they want to have all the details, we got some new columns. So if you haven't looked at all the table columns, we got a source network error and a target network error. And when we enable that, I think this thing doesn't come back, and it should time out after, 30 seconds or so. I think we shouldn't wait that long, actually. Let's see if we have some source network errors. No. Target network errors? No. Not in this filter. Reset the filter. We add a new filter and say the source network error should be too many redirects. Where your linking page that we know had a link actually has too many redirects. Do we find some? Yes. Here we go. So these are links that you had that we couldn't resolve because right now that page is redirecting too many times. Or you could say, if we have a secure connection failed, that means there is a link on an SSL site, but the SSL certificate is messed up. Let's see. Dang, your connection is not private. Look, a normal user cannot click on this. What do you think Google thinks about that link? Yeah, and when you look at that in more detail, you see there's quite some trash here anyways. Yeah, so when we look at additional rules here and risk and give this, let's say we only want to see the low and the very low. Boom. 51 are left that have the secure connection problem, that have actually, a lower risk, and some have even have a blog post here up with a power trust of 2 and 1. The link state here is a problematic one, the question mark here. We couldn't verify the source URL, but this is a typically unverified link in the classic link research tools, the old version. We only said unverified, but now you can have so much more detailed information as a geek. And I guarantee you, patterns like this are just going to code into the system. So they're going to show up for you here as additional issues as we move forward every day or every week at least. Yeah. So there's a lot to do already for you, but there's more to come. This is something that I trained in all trainings usually. It's called Grow Your Own Links. And this filter here brings back 392 of links to my website that could deserve some extra linking, that have trust more than power. All of these links that I have a trust here equal or higher than the source page. Than the power. And if you look at this filter here, of course, it looks at the metrics, but it also checks if the pitchbox outreach status is empty. So what's going to happen is I could do an outreach, add all of these, 392. And I haven't set this up in this demo account here yet, but set up my pitchbox account and reach out to all of these and make sure they get better linked internally. Or take these and send them as opportunities into another campaign to people that I know are happy linkers to give this a link, right? Indirect linking to other targets. So you get a link on a layer that links to you already. Your own links, you improve your own links by linking to them. Yeah, this is just one of them. And I realize, all of this needs more video training, needs more documentation, needs a case study. So each of those could be a case study and will be a case study, I guarantee you, very soon. Yeah, here's Nikhil. What do you mean by grow high potential links? I think I just answered that, Nikhil. Yeah, this is what I just talked about. And more questions coming in the chat. Wait, here's a question from Jackie. Does the disavow coincide with Webmaster Tools disavowing process? I'm not sure if I got the question. The Webmaster Tools, when you get your disavow file, you download it here. You get the file. Wait, you get the file. You need to upload it to Google Disavow. And then in Google Disavow, they process that and do nothing with it. And if Google crawls websites at some point that you have disavowed, then the disavow command works. Using Link Detox Boost, however, you can force the Googlebot to crawl those disavowed links faster, and then the disavow works. Yeah, I hope I could answer that. I wasn't sure if that was the question. Just shoot again. Here's a question from Daniel. Sorry, as far as I know, for a bit, where do I find the disavow file in Smart after I have disavowed a bunch of links? Okay. That's a great question, Daniel. Actually, we talked about that yesterday. It's this little download icon here. This download is actually for export of the Google disavow file, for export of the Excel and CSV format that you can do on a page level. And here at page level, you can even get extra filters, extra functions to get not the unfiltered, I mean all, but also the filtered ones. So currently there's 51 results to download as an Excel file. Yeah, you see, it gets downloaded and then you can open it. And the same is true for the disavow file. However, what I plan is to have an issue to remind you that you need to do that. That when you change some disavow commands, disavow some links, disavow some domains, that you get reminded that you need to download it, upload it to Google Search Console, and then confirm that you did that. Yeah, great question. Thank you very much, Daniel. So Hector says, my first questions was not answered yet. Let me scroll back, Hector. It's nothing personal, I'm sorry. I'm just a solo player here and doing the video jockey and moderator and all of this at the same time. Stuff falls through the cracks, maybe. Hector, hi. Do we use our link crawl budget when we recalculate detox risk? No. When you recalculate detox risk, all we do is we reprocess all the data that we have in our own database. And recalculating is different to recrawling. Crawling is expensive. Recalculating is also expensive. It takes some server resources, but this is included in your plan, unlimited. You can recalculate all day long. The only issue is it takes some time, and we're working on improving the speed on recalculating, but link crawl budget is only used for crawling. So I hope that was the question that you were waiting for. Let's see, Hector, if you find some more. Here's another one that I missed. Michael. Interesting is to maybe undisavow domains, which was good links, and return from 500 to 200. Absolutely. So, and this is why we have this rule. Maybe good links you disavowed, want to undisavow. We found disavowed links that look like they could be helpful. All you have to do is click on review and look at those links and see if you agree. Look at this, root domain disavows for, oh fuck, blog.monitor backlinks, monitorbacklinks.com. That's another link app. I think he won an account with us some years ago in my first SEO Oktoberfest challenges, and then built Monitor Backlinks, with a link alert clone in there. But that's not a reason to do a domain disavow. So let's give this an undisavow, and that link is a good one. Yeah. And you see, it disappeared. It disappeared from this view because it's now undisavowed. And here we got another one. What the hell? Suchmaschinenoptimierung.at, that's German. That's a company, that's actually the brand from the company that I worked with to set up my SEO conferences, 2010 to 2013. I don't know. Oliver, I'm sorry. I didn't disavow that on a root domain level. Certainly not. So right now I'm helping myself by removing disavows from the disavow file. Look at this, all of that stuff. Let's look at the strongest page in here that we have. S1 Suchmaschinenoptimierung. It's not a German one. Yeah, we can use the screener for looking through those as well with hotkeys. Okay. Well, S1. That looks like a, well, some would say it looks like a link directory, but it seems very well moderated. And this page has a power trust of 9. No, I wouldn't disavow this one. I'm sorry. SEO news. No, let's keep it. I mean, let's get it back. Yeah. And then when you go through different pages here, you see HTML code is always highlighted. I actually prefer looking through different links and different, pages. This looks like some scraper copying part of our content. Yeah, it's a scraper, guys, but nobody said that all scrapers are spam and bad. This one has some link profile, and I would undisavow this here. Maybe in the past, it just had no power and trust at all. But if it comes along with a trust of 2, then I first want to see, how bad it really is. Yeah? And you can win some. Okay, this one, no. This is just trash. Yeah, but this is what you suggested, Michael, to look through. And we got this issue here, right, as one of the things to work through. And of course, now I didn't remember the exact number that we had. I think it was 28 or so. The number updated, of course, when we undisavowed. Yeah, Daniel, your question is answered. There's about 23 million links to the site, says Nikhil, but we are able to review only 200,000 of them. Is there anything I do wrong? You're probably referring to the pages that we list here versus the overall raw link data that we have. So when you have a domain, I think that's Bitcoin. I'm not sure if it's this one. Let's see. Free Bitcoin. Thank you, Nikhil. We look at that. Okay. So you got 23 million links from 45,000 domains. And when you do the math, I put out the calculator, 23 million. So that's 23,000 thousands divided by 45,000. You have an average of 511 links per domain. And what we have in our data here is all of the stuff from all the link data sources combined, including all the sidebar links that you have. And some of them are probably a lot bigger than 511. And what we do is we apply the sidebar filter. What we show is 5 per domain. Yeah, so when you go to a domain here, Nussel, that has 88 links, you click on that, we show you 5. This is the same behavior that we had in the classic link research tools and link detox, and it's still the same. The reason for that is that we cannot, and there's an article. Wait, site-wide filter. I think we put it live already. Let me check. Or we will put it live really, really soon. Site-wide. Oh, no. Is this still in translation or is this still in review? Dang. So, what is the site-wide filter? Well, no. This is not the post that I'm looking for. I'm sorry. This is crap. Yeah. In a nutshell, if you have domains that contribute 10,000 links and other domains that contribute just 2 links, to be able to calculate ratios like a deep link ratio, ratios like an image versus text link, and all the other signals that we generate as base signals that go into detox risk, then you cannot allow to have them, contribute over proportional. Wait, I know where it is. I think we didn't put it live, but I can show you that in one of my trainings that I just recently did. Understanding the link value promo. And I talked about this also at LTCon. Let me show you that slide. I think this will immediately help you. LTCon slides. No, 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 no. Training. I got it in a second. Here we go with the concepts. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we have concepts about data, link velocity trends. Here we go. What's the site-wide filter? What are site-wide links? Having a filter to reduce the number of analyzed links per domain is required to be able to actually get meaningful comparisons or ratios, as I said. Applying a site-wide links filter means acknowledging that not every link of maybe 10,000 of a subpage links count the same. This is normalizing in the data set. So without a site-wide filter, you would have this example where the where the yellow one and the orange one would totally skew the results because they have so many links. On the other hand, if you only take 5, and 5 is what my experience has proven to be helpful in both SEO for the results, but also for the analysis, for detox risk, for getting, understanding toxic links, this is evened out. The right picture you see, all 4 domains, despite some of them have a lot more links, contribute the same to all the calculations. And yeah, this is why we only use 5 links then from the final result for the calculations. But it's important to find the right 5 links per domain, right? So if you have a strong homepage link, maybe, and really, really nasty paid link inside, and then maybe some virus that even, a page spreads a virus, then you have 3 total different links on the same domain. And if this domain has 1 million links to you, well, then checking all the 1 million links is required to be sure, if we find some interesting patterns to look. We call this internally also the interesting pages filter. And interesting pages from an SEO standpoint, from a link analysis standpoint, based on my experience, is more than just 1 link. Yeah, so this is where this is coming from. Yeah. And yeah, it avoids data skewing. Where is this useful? Deep link ratios, anchor text ratios, power trust, number of ranking keywords per source, link type, location, position. So for example, when you look here in the anchor text breakdown, sorry, let me remove that filter. What do you think would happen if we would not apply the site-wide filter? Some of these words would suddenly be much bigger because one domain decides to use Allianzagentur Wöckel. Yeah, see? You got this domain linking site-wide. From 715 pages. But that's not an important domain. It's not an important keyword. And it would totally stand out. So this is the issue that you have if you don't do sideward links filtering. You look at something, but not what matters. And the same would be true here, of course, then for risk. Here we see some of the really high-risk keywords. Auto und Motorrad, Kfz-Versicherung mit online. Check it out. These are keyword phrases that they want to rank for. They did some spamming and jamming, or someone else did for them. And yeah, I would disavow that, definitely. So, Nickel. Here's another question from, from Hector. Question number 2. The bulk analyze pages link leads me to a page that tells me I need to purge credits. The bulk analyze pages link. How likely are you to recommend this Windows 10 PC to a friend or colleague? Not at all, because you still keep annoying me during a live transmission. You know this, guys. You come to the office Monday morning, you have an appointment, and the thing wants to update right away. This is the next worst thing. Or virus scanners that start running in the middle of a... Yeah, it needs to confirm, needed to install critical update. Same here. Okay, going back to bulk analyze pages. I think, Hector, what you mean is you click here to all of these additional links that bring you... here's an icon missing. Let me screenshot that. That bring you into the classic application. And then in the classic application, well, I do have some credits. But what this will look like for you is probably with 0 credits, and then it says you need to upgrade to a different plan. And that has to do with you having a Link Detox Smart account. And we had this question also in the user group, in Facebook user group, right? Where one of you thought that Link Detox Smart would include all the tools and features that we have in link research tools. And I understand with this starter here, here it's set up right. It says upgrade now. Here, all of this stuff is not part of the Link Detox plan. It's part of the full suite. Actually, I think this just looks different. App. No, sorry, it's grayed out. It's grayed out. This is why, yeah. So yeah, you need to get a different plan. All the 25 tools are part only still in our superhero accounts. That hasn't changed. So you look at a superhero startup. Actually, the most efficient one with the best price per 10,000 links crawled is the Superhero Plus. We're gonna increase the price on this on Monday, because when you look at that, the price per link, per 10,000 links in crawl budget goes, of course, down, gets more efficient, but this one here is actually discrepancy in this pattern. So this will end up in 0.9 or so with 1,500 that we're going to charge for the Superhero Plus. Of course, everyone who buys the Superhero Plus will keep that price, the 999, as long as the subscription is active. Only via credit card or PayPal. Our grandfathering policy works for automatic billing. And yeah, if you want to pay this short notice for a year in advance via invoice, then next year you would pay the price that is next year. Yeah, so keep the price only for automatic billing. Yeah, so, but still, this is where, all the tools are included only in the full Superhero Plus. The Link Detox plans, and this is not new. This was always the case, and Link Detox plans had only a a fraction of the tools specific to link detoxing. Or as you see here when you look at the software, recover is everything link detox, protecting is monitoring and research, learning is competitive research, grow is all the link building stuff. So finding new link opportunities, for example. Yeah. So I hope I could answer that question, Hector. Here's the same question again. Here's Nickel. Is there a ratio we need to maintain for disavow versus new links? For example, I'm about to disavow 24,000 bad links. Do I need to have a plan in place to acquire at least 24,000 new ones? Oh, wow. I would be careful with that, Nickel. I know you can do it. You're totally the guy who can get 24,000 links. No problem. However, keep in mind that you get rid of really toxic stuff. Some of those in the past may have helped you, but when they got toxic, they were just hurting you. But there is still a gap that you took away some links. The links need to go. But the gap happened at the time when they changed from being healthy to toxic. This is what you really need to replace. And there is no general formula for how much you need to replace. I would just say link growth needs to happen. Link velocity trend needs to be positive or a zero at least. And the longer a domain is around, when you look at our wiki entry about that, I just recently updated that, the link velocity trends, explain that in detail. Even if you get a lot of links, the link velocity trend could be downward trending. And if you're an established domain, it could be even more downward trending. This is what you need to look at. And you see that here in your domain overview. You see we got a negative link velocity trend of minus 22. That's not, a showstopper. It's actually quite common in many industries. And doing a competitive research then helps you understand how negative are the others. And what you could do, of course, right now in Link Detox Smart, there are no competitive research tools. And in this new user interface, it's not implemented. But in the existing plans, we got competitive link detox, we got competitive link velocity, competitive landscape analyzer. They are available still and can be used. So that could make sense, to go for a plan in addition to your Link Detox Smart that has a smaller quota that you can use only for competitive research, for example. And what we have in what is quite common is also that our users just start these analysis, start a project profile for the competitors. Because if you run this for your competitors, of course you find all their spammy links. Well, that's one thing, but you also find all the great links. So when you take these 26,000 links and you go and say, I want the detox risk being really, really low, very low, and the follow being a follow link, and the power trust, the source power trust on the domain, and the page is greater than 4. Then you suddenly have a bunch of links that look really, really well. This is the purest form of competitive research without yet comparing every single link. What you can do is, of course, you look at the link profile. You see how this spreads out on link velocity trends. And of course, what we will build in the application, what we have in the classic application is that you run many of these in parallel and then have a new chart to compare them. But you could do this today with a functionality today, just as I do here. See? Und so. So. Here we go. And you see, okay, well, you see our charts are not rendering the font size perfectly to the viewport. That's one thing you see. But you see that the zeros here on christophcemper.com and the zeros here with link velocity trend 0 is totally different. Or in other words, this MCI EDU, the university I've been lecturing last weekend, has 54% of their links from minus 51 or more. Everyone has these. We have them too. But that means they have the majority, 54 and 36. It's 90% of the links from negative link velocity trend domains. And that means they're on domains that got out of favor. So the links lose their power. If you only have a lot of links from domains with a negative link velocity trend, there's no new good stuff coming. Yeah? When you look at those, however, with a positive 100% link velocity trend, you see some, okay, some disavowed stuff here as well. Open up again. Okay, the globe spam, of course, as always. Disavow is one. I realize I'm using disavow on off a lot. Maybe we should have a little switch in the view that does this automatic. It's not empty. No, I wanted the other thing. Yes, empty. So here we go. Oh, of course, lrtcon.com links to my Christoph Cemper. And it doesn't even have the high authority links from the site, from the charity that we support. Let's check it out. I didn't even start a project yet. So let's start a project together. You can start new projects and set them up like this. lrtcon.com. Analyze my backlink profile with a complete audit. 10,000 links. I don't have a disavow file for that one yet. It just happened. By the way, we still have some tickets for LRTCon 2020, but they are selling. We sold, what's that? More than half of them already right in February. I think I need to update this number here. It's manually. But it's strictly limited to 140 tickets. So if you check that out, you will see how successful it was, of course, for the charity amount. By the way, here are some nice guys here on the photo. So set up automatic classification. Yeah, one guy said, this is not automatic at all, because he expected us to suggest some brand keywords. And I understand that. We could suggest some keywords here, and that would be another level of automation. But automatic keyword classification means that we run based on this pattern through your links, through the anchor text in your links, and classify them with matches. Right? It's not a keyword research tool, but we'll improve it. Don't worry. So connecting to Google Search Console. I do have Google Search Console, I think. Yes, I do. Connect. Oh gosh. A new settings page is coming. Okay. Then better add this now. Here we go. Add a new user. Here we go. Restricted. Add. There we go. So, and when we reload, this will refresh here really quick. Yeah, this is what we need. I think it checks every minute or so. I'm not sure. Oh, damn it. Did I just reload? Oh. No, I don't have a DSOR file. Here, the setup. Did we do that? Oh, no. You can always run the automatic keyword classifications later, by the way. So it's not connected yet. So we don't have a backlink list. We don't want to fine tune. And we run the analysis. So here we go. That's how you start a new analysis. And here you see a link roll budget. And for those that have an account that will roll out a bit later, that is mixed, the old functionality and the new functionality, you'll be able to switch between the classic and the smart here. And this is where some of these tools, for example, are also in the classic. Yeah. Oh, we still have 2 questions coming in here. Yeah. Bulk analyst pages we had. Question number 3. Have you got my last 2 personal emails I sent? Hector, I'm not sure. One from January? I'm even less sure. I'm gonna look through my emails, but to be honest, I haven't kept up with my emails for the last 2 months now for preparing this. So I will, keep resending it. If there is something urgent, please resend it again. I'm not offended by additional resends on the same channel. Don't worry. What's important for me is that you use one channel. If you send me the same thing on Twitter and Facebook and Insta and email and YouTube and the Facebook page, then I'm all confused. And so, yeah, this is what is actually causing killing productivity. But if you send me an email, I'll try to reply as fast as possible. So if you send one yesterday, just make sure you use my right email address. Yeah. Send it to Christoph C. Cemper at linkresearchtools.org. Christoph.c.kemper@linkresearch.org. Okay. All right. Can't believe an hour is over already. Guys, last chance for questions. You still with me? Nikhil, Daniel, anyone? What should be the limit for LVT in order to consider them for disavow? I've seen a lot of legit website, legit brands that have just not done a lot of new stuff. And with the startup hype and the social hype and everyone going crazy about really stupid stuff sometimes, it tends that normal companies that just operate don't have the influx of lots of new links, but that doesn't make them bad per se. So I would say everything below minus 75 is really suspicious. If you find links with minus 90 or minus 99, I would disavow immediately. That's the total drop. Minus 99 is actually a sign for an expired domain that hasn't been touched for 4 months. Immediate drop. Immediate disavow. This is what caused all the penguin penalties in 2012 already. And people didn't learn. When you snatch up expired domains and you develop your PBN, you better build some links to it to keep the link velocity trend going. Not the same link velocity maybe, but if you stop link building altogether, you lost. You will lose that domain. Google will penalize you for it. And some of the PBN links we even list here. Okay, scraper stuff. What's this? Amazon.boy? That's an interesting one. I've never seen that one. It's interesting because it says it has 10 links. How to keep up when business moves fast, how to fix a hiring mistake. So it has deep links to my personal website, but it doesn't connect at the moment. Couldn't verify the source URL. And when you look at this source, yeah, these types of videos that I have on my personal blogs. You see, the network error says network name not resolved. So that subdomain definitely doesn't exist anymore. Does the main domain exist? No. Scraper spam. And for a domain that doesn't exist, that was only around for a short time, that's really a tough one. Disavow a root domain. There you go. And the other ones, you just need to look at the URL pattern. You can disavow them on a domain level. Awesome. Yeah, I hope that could answer the question a little bit. When you look at the link profile here, root LVT, these here are worth reviewing, but when you drill down and you change this filter here between -99 to -74, 74, 76, no, -99 to -90. All of this, look at the detox risk. There's nothing good in here. And when you look at the anchor texts, trash, old. When you look at the domains here, do you find some good domain here? Source domain, power trust. What? 99 designs. Is that the real 99 designs? Interesting. So it looks like 99 designs has some domains that they don't redirect, but duplicate actually. That's worth looking into further. So when I look at that, you realize all these URLs contains 99 design. Oh, look at that stuff. They got all the stuff hosted on all the domains. And of course, they got a super negative link velocity trend here. Yeah. I'm not sure Google would like this. And on the other hand, it's 99 designs, and let's say they get away with it. So I would say give this a thumbs up. Let's be nice today and look for some stuff that is a lot spammier than that. Let's look at other 99. Yes, see, they're doing this with every language combination. If you look at that, yeah, I would give this a thumbs up for today. Let's be nice to 99 designs. Okay. Yeah, Rasmus, got to run. Was nice having you. Indeed useful. Thank you very much. Yeah, this is what he said. You guys cannot read this. I'm not making this up. So, yeah, I think we're done with an hour here. I hope this was useful to you as well. The recording should be in a Facebook Live channel now. And yeah, as well as I'm trying to put this on YouTube and wherever it's useful. For now, I say thank you very much to all of you. And hey, David, I didn't see you before. Nice to have you here. Here's another final question. To sum up, if a domain has a high detox risk and very negative LVT, but is a brand, it should be fine in the profile. Yeah. Brands tend to mess up a lot. And when you look at 99 designs, it looks like they mess up a lot in their SEOs. Let's look at that stuff really quick. 99 Designs, Norway. Where's the real canonical going to? Self-referencing. Okay. Oh, this is the web design for our agency website of Cemper.com in 2007. Look at this beauty. And when I take this text here, I Google for it. It's coming up on 2 of them at least. Repeat the search with omitted results included. Yeah, look at this. Got the same stuff on all of these different 99 design domains. And so the way they should do it is user canonical, and then things would look different. But it's a brand, and I would leave this in this case. Yeah. And give it a thumbs up, by the way, to train Link Detox Genesis on that brand, on this specific case. And the more you do the training and the more people with experience do the training, the more Link Detox Genesis trusts you. We have a trust concept also for all users. And so new users cannot influence the results as much as existing authoritative users can. Yeah. And yeah, great question. Thank you very much. And I think that's it. Where are we? Hey, 3 more in the chat. Oh, I didn't read that. Maybe we can create a filter for this in the issues. Negative LVT and high detox risk plus a huge number of brand keywords. In this case, it's not brand keywords in your link profile, but the name 99 Designs to be recognized as a brand. Good idea. Let me think about that. Not straightforward right now, but if you find a way playing around, I know you are very, very, digging into stuff. Then create that filter. And I got a great announcement for you guys. We are already working on something even cooler. You saw how we created all these issues and how we prepared them for you. You will be able to create your own user issues. So when you find this fantastic filter, you will be able to define it as an issue, like you define it as a saved filter today. Oh, wait, I didn't show that. Let me bring you back. This is a bonus. Sorry, I totally forgot to talk about that. For those of you who are still here. And yeah, let's take this filter. Here is a filter that just looks for a URL that says 99 Designs. Or let's create a filter that says detox risk is actually high and the link velocity trend is less than minus 90. So we got a lot more. We got 26 left here from other places. And this filter, you can save high detox risk and negative LVT. Save this. Here in the saved filters, you see, all you have to do is click on this and click apply. And the good stuff is this filter is available for all your projects. So here's the other project, Link Research Tools. Here's the one Austrian TV station here from the lady that I had in my lecture last week. Everything works across these. I can look at the same data, high detox risk and LVT, on a totally different project. So you can define your filters and save them for later use. In this case, we didn't find something. But what we'll have for you is that you also define that they are saved and show up here as an issue with the actions suggested. So in many cases, it will be to disavow or to review, but it could also be to just send to an outreach campaign to Pitchbox. All right. So that was that. And yeah, I'm glad I could talk about that still. Thank you very much, Nikhil. And yeah, that's it. Guys, I say thank you very much. It was a nice webinar. I hope you learned something. And I see you soon in a webinar or in the Facebook group or in support. Or if you're coming to Brighton SEO, I'm there as well. We'll have a nice booth right at the entrance next to Pitchbox, and I look forward to seeing you there.